Hi, this is Nicholas Bell with Ion Cinema, here to review The Trial of the Chicago 7, the sophomore film directed by Aaron Sorkin, which will be rolling out in select theaters September 25th, 2020, but will then be available to stream on Netflix as of October 16th, 2020. So, of course, Sorkin previously directed Molly's Game, but is still quite well revered as the screenwriter of The West Wing, The Social Network, A Few Good Men, etc. So this is in his wheelhouse for sure. This was originally supposed to be a Steven Spielberg vehicle back in '07 that migrated to people like Paul Greengrass and Ben Stiller. Names like Will Smith and Heath Ledger were all at one point attached to this. But what we have here from Sorkin directly is quite enthralling in a court case that seems prescient, of course, to today's ongoing broken social justice system. So in 1968 at the DNC in Chicago, a riot occurred, and we're introduced to several different facets that converged on Chicago. There's Tom Hayden, played by Eddie Redmayne. There's John Carroll Lynch's Dellinger. There's Abby Hoffman, played by Sacha Baron Cohen, and his cohorts, played by Jeremy Strong. And then Bobby Seale, head of the Black Panthers, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. So that occurs, and then there's of course a change of the guards. Nixon takes over the presidency, and his Attorney General John Mitchell, who is angry about the change of power with the last Attorney General, Ramsey Clark, who's played by Michael Keaton, who's only in 2 scenes, but he's a scene stealer, decides to make an example out of some of these prominent members that were protesters, and so they arrest 8 people on charges of committing violence across state lines. Marc Rylance is representing 7 of them, not Bobby Seale, which of course is important. And then the head prosecuting attorney is played by a hot up-and-comer played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So of course this plays out very straightforward fashion, but they have a doddering old judge, Julian Hoffman, played deliciously by Frank Langella, who to me is the crown jewel of this. Rylance is dependable, as usual. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is fine in kind of limited capacity. Sacha Baron Cohen, of course, is getting a lot of Oscar buzz. I thought he was a little distracting and at this point a little too old to play Hoffman. That said, he does get his shining moment when he has to take the witness stand. It's of course hits its mark as being provocative and frustrating and resurrecting a political trial, which of course is the jargon that goes back and forth within Sorkin's script. That is important, I think, to see today, and also kind of the cluster circus show that this trial was due to several factors. Although it is important and interesting, I do think the tone is a little off. It doesn't quite hit the mark, the dramatic mark of something like A Few Good Men, and the lightness that's provided, I think, by Baron Cohen and Jeremy Strong is at odds with Rylance and Langella and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and even Eddie Redmayne as Tom Hayden, in ways that are a little jarring and take away from the gravitas of the situation. But overall, I would give the film 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
Hey, this is Eric from IonCinema.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.